Big 12 Radio, Big 12 Media Days with King McClure, James Westling. I am Ari Temkin. We're joined now by Oklahoma State basketball coach Steve Lutz. What's going on, Coach? How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Great. Excited about the season?
You better be. I mean, it's going to start.
I mean, what are your expectations for this season for your team?
I'm always going to give you the same stock answer. I mean, our goal is to win the Big 12 and then to win the tournament and then get to the NCAA tournament and win games, right? And so that doesn't change from year to year.
You know, Coach, I feel like a lot of coaches, they play in these exhibition games, and sometimes they can mean a lot to a coach, to a program. Sometimes coaches don't put a lot of stock in them. But you had a really good exhibition game.
Sure, yeah. I mean,
what did you learn? What did you learn from that with your team?
Well, I mean, obviously, I learned that we have other guys that can step up and ring the bell, right? Because we probably had 3 or 4 guys out that'll be, major minute guys not in the game. And then I also learned that this team's got a little bit of toughness to them to be able to win on the road. I mean, there was 12 Oklahoma State fans and there were 2,500 Auburn fans in the game, so it was a good environment for them, and then I thought that when the moment came, right, we had a couple guys step up. And you're always looking to see who, when it's time to go get it done and win the game, who's going to be able to do that. So I still think that we have other guys that can do that, but in that particular night, we had a couple, 2, 3 guys that did that.
So how much confidence does that give you? Because, I mean, Auburn is no slouch. Auburn has some dudes. So how much confidence does that give you going into the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think it validates, your work. And I've told the guys that I believe we have an NCAA tournament team, but there's a lot of time and distance and water that's got to pass under that bridge between me telling them that and us getting to the NCAA tournament. And I thought that Auburn is certainly an NCAA tournament team, and so for us to be able to go in there and win on the road is a good start to the season. But as you began this entire conversation with, it's just an exhibition.
Steve, you have brought in some scorers this offseason, and one of the top recruiting classes in the Big 12 and maybe the country. What type of support do you have at Oklahoma State from the administrative side, all in on men's basketball, and how are you able to crush it on the recruiting trail?
Well, I mean, you got to give hats off to our staff, number one. I mean, we worked extremely hard, even during the season, on evaluating the portal and kind of having an idea of who we want or who we can possibly get. But then once you figure out who you want, you still have to be able to go get them, and you can't go get those guys without the funds. So we've had several people that have stepped up, but one in particular, a good friend, who has stepped up and really helped our NIL and our collective. And then our administration has done a good job in terms of having a good revenue sharing number for us. So, they've given us a little bit of the keys to the car, if you will, right? And then you got to go get the right pieces that power that car. And I think that we've done a better job in finding guys that will fit our system and play the way we want to play.
Coach, you finished up your first year in the Big 12 last season. What was your biggest lesson? What was the biggest thing you learned in your first season in the Big 12?
You better have the requisite talent. I mean, you can sit here and say, hey, you're going to go from low major to mid major to high major. And I've obviously coached in the Big East and the Big Ten, but when you get into the league, if you don't have good enough players, you have no shot, right? I mean, you can scheme all you want. You can do everything in your power to put your team in a position to win, but you got to have guys that can go get it done at the end of the game. And so that's why we spent so much time, obviously, in recruiting and those sorts of things.
What's your take on the zone defense?
You got guys like you play zone defense.
This guy runs the most frenetic, chaotic, up and down, extra possessions style of basketball, and that's what makes Oklahoma State so fun, right? Is just that brand of high energy chaos for 40 minutes.
No, I didn't mean that as disrespectful, King. No. Come on, man. Like I'm just saying, guys that are long and athletic and can go do things defensively.
Well, that's
you gotta
not
disrupt. right?
That's
Long
what
and
he's
athletic.
saying. That's what he's saying. I'm not long and athletic, so you got to play zone deep.
King's over here it's like he was long and athletic when he was a player. All of a
I
sudden.
really wasn't that long.
know
I mean,
you
I was kind of
wasn't.
athletic, but like I wasn't. Yeah, no.
He
But I could
just
still
puts you
guard.
right out there like that.
No,
Ari.
listen,
Come on,
Ari,
man.
you said the answer,
But
coach.
you jumped out your seat like you
Because
just.
I thought it was a funny answer.
It was a great answer. I'm just curious. I'm asking every coach their thoughts on zone defense.
Yeah, I'm not a
It's-
fan. Here's my deal. I think that zone defenses, if you really look at the game, everybody should play zone because most college coaches spend 85 to 95% of their day on working against
Man to man.
right? So it would make sense to play zone defense because you don't prepare against it. With that being said, I like to be able to say, hey, Ari, you're going to guard this guy, and here's what he does, shut him down. Hey, King, this guy does this, shut him down. And in the zone defense, you can't do that because you're guarding an area more so than anything.
So will we see that same up and down tempo that you like to play last year, this year?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what we scored in regulation the other day, 92 or so. 80, whatever.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, we plan to play the same way. I think we've got better pieces to play in that style.
What makes you want to have games in the 90s as opposed to, I don't know, a team? There's other teams in the conference that want to keep you to 50, 60.
Yeah, I don't know that I want to have games in the 90s, but I want to try and score in the first 12 seconds of that shot clock. Again, anytime you can play in transition, I think you've got a better opportunity to score, right? Because if you get into the half court against Kelvin and Bill and Grant and Scott, on down the line, right? I'm just using those guys as the example. You get into the half court, like you're either going to have really good actions to take advantage of certain things, or you're going to have better players, or both, because those guys are going to have a great game plan, and they're going to be well taught, and they're going to be good defensively. So your best bet is to score in transition when you have mismatches, when you have cross matches, and those sorts of things.
Steve Lutz, Oklahoma State basketball coach. Appreciate your time. Good luck this year. Thanks,
Yeah,
Coach.
Thanks, Ari.
All right, let's talk Oklahoma State hoops here on Big 12 Radio as we are at Big 12 Media Days at the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City, presented by New Era. We're talking Oklahoma State with Parsa, Fallah, and Robert Jennings. What's going on, guys?
What's going on? Doing great, man. How about you? How you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. Appreciate it. What is it like this time of year, especially in modern college basketball, where it's like a new team almost every year, new group of guys?
It's different. I've never really got to encounter the way college hoops originally was.
So it's
So this
no
is-
different for you,
This
right?
is really all I know. Getting to know a new team every year. This is probably the first time I've really had a completely new team besides when I first transferred to Oklahoma State. And this is the first time I've really had the same head coach for 2 years. So it's been different this year for sure.
So how much of a leadership role do you have to take on, because you're the guy who's been here for so long and there's so many new guys to come to step foot on Oklahoma State for the first time? So how much of a leadership role do you have to take in order to get these guys acclimated to how you want to do things at Oklahoma State?
It's been a major role. Just getting them to understand the day-to-day practices in Stillwater. The way Coach Lutz wants to play is super fast-paced, and everybody doesn't play like that. He's the first coach that I've played with that wants that many possessions in one game. So coming into it, you see it, you read about it, but it's different when you actually have to go in there and practice. So just helping prepare my teammates for what's up the road and how we're going to have to play, and also being the player that's been in the Big 12 for 4 years. I know what this conference is capable of, and I know what we're going to be up against. So just trying to prepare my teammates the best way I can.
Parsa, you're from Iran,
Yes, sir.
and so this is your third school now in America playing basketball.
Yeah,
What
it
has it been like to move from Iran and kind of have, be in Utah, be in Oregon State, be in now Oklahoma State? Give us kind of your...
Yeah, it's been an amazing journey, man. For me to just be able here to come and play basketball, it was really tough. I went through a lot, but to be able to be here finally, it's a blessing, and really happy to be here at the place I am right now.
So you guys had an exhibition game against Auburn, and that was a huge win. And I know it's just an exhibition game, so it doesn't really count towards your record. It doesn't count towards your record at all. But what are something that you took from that game that you can implement during this season, as far as whether it be confidence, whether it just be play style, but what did you learn from that game?
Yeah, well, it was amazing to beat Auburn, obviously, but I think we can't really think about that game now because it was amazing feeling, but you have to let it go and just learn from it. Obviously, it helps our confidence, and now we know what we're capable of, and we know we can beat whoever in the country. I think it's more about us. It's not about other teams. We just go there and play hard, and we're gonna be get the W as long as we play as hard as we can.
Rob?
I feel like just going into a game like that, this early into the season, especially like I said, getting a new team, it was very good for us to just step out on the court and see what we are capable of. Then going back and sitting and watching the film and realizing that that wasn't actually the best game that we could have played, and still actually being able to come out with a W was big. And that just goes to speak to what we can be. And I mean, it doesn't count towards our record. It doesn't really change anything, but it's a good mental win and a good place started for us to know where we're at.
Yeah, I think that's so interesting when you, as players, right, you play a game and all of a sudden you go to the film and you like, dang, man, I could have did this better. He could have did this better, right? And we still got the dub. So how much film, right, how much of an emphasis of film does Coach Lutz actually take that? And is he one of those guys who is trying to just, you watching the whole game? Is it you watch certain clips? Like, what type of film watcher is Coach Lutz?
Well, we watch film every day before practice. If we have a game, we obviously watch the film for the game, and if not, we just watch our practice the day before. It was new for me this year, obviously, with Coach Lutz, but he really we got a few videos, a few clips that we should watch as individual. Like each player have to go get with the coach and watch them, but also at the same time there is some videos and clips we have to watch as a team before practice.
I would say personally, Coach Lutz, in my time being with him, he's super picky on film on the things that matter the most. The things that matter the most, he's going to emphasize. That's what he's going to put on film. He goes and watches it with his coaching staff, and then when they bring it back to us, it's just certain things that we know that we have to do, like non-negotiables. The non-negotiable stuff is what he really focuses on, because the stuff we can control, you can always control the controllables, and I feel like those are the things that he put on film and he emphasized. We can't control whether shots go in all the time, but you can control your defensive rotations, how you're communicating with your teammates, how we get back in transition. Like, those are the things you can control. So I feel like that's where he puts most of his emphasis.
You know, they always say that teams typically take the personality of their coach. And Coach Lutz, super cool guy, but he seems like he's just very serious. Like, just a very locked in, like, super serious type of dude. Is that something that it kind of sort of relates to you guys on how you handle your business on the court?
Yeah, for sure. I would say Coach Lutz, if I could describe him, I would say he works hard and he just locked in all the time. And I think we as a team, that's our goal, and it kind of becoming our culture. Like, everyone in the team, they know we should work hard and get better every day.
Parsa said it the nice way. For sure, I feel like that runs over to the team, because that's the standard he holds every day. You step in that gym. Between them four lines, it's business. And if you're not coming to handle business, we'll just run the whole practice. So, so with that being said, I mean, you was once in the college shoes. You know, the one thing you don't want to hear is get on the line. Like,
get on the line. What type of running y'all do? 17s or what?
22s.
What's the 22?
4 touches, 22 seconds.
Oh yeah.
You're not doing that just one time, though.
Every time you do it.
And if you really mad, you'll get a 31 suicide in 31 seconds. Yeah. So it just depends on the day you're having. Are you really making him mad, or is he just trying to get his point across?
That's the voice of Robert Jennings, who started all 35 games for Oklahoma State last year's NIT quarterfinal run. Parsa Fallah as well, joining us here for talking Oklahoma State hoops on Big 12 Radio, on TuneIn and Big 12 Studios.